Bellerophon. Bellerophon was the son of Eurymede and King Glaucus of Corinth. Others says that his true father was Poseidon, god of the sea, making him a demigod. When he was young, he accidentally killed someone, or it was his own brother. Then he was exiled to Lycia, where his series of adventures began. In Lycia, King Iobates sent him to kill the Chimera, a mythical creature. In killing the Chimera, Bellerophon needed the help of another mythical creature, the Pegasus, a winged horse. After accomplishing that, the king sent him against different dangerous opponents: the Solymi, a barbarous tribe, the Amazons, women warriors, and the Lycian soldiers. Bellerophon and Pegasus proved that nothing could stop them, so King Iobates gave up on killing the young hero. The king, impressed by Bellerophon, decided to marry the hero to one of his daughters and made him his heir. Being a king, loved and honored by his subjects, Bellerophon became arrogant. In his arrogance, he thought he was worthy to be with the gods up in Mount Olympus. Zeus, watching from his throne, was insulted by the action and sent a gadfly to sting Pegasus. The winged horse jumped in surprise and pain and bucked hard, threw Bellerophon from his seat and fell down to his demise. It was said that the young hero became crippled and blind from the fall. Orpheus. Orpheus was born from Calliope, one of the Muses, and his father was either the god Apollo or King Argus of Thrace. He was known as a legendary bard, musician, and poet. Orpheus was recruited by Jason to become a member of the Argonauts, and he agreed to go with them. Orpheus was not a fighter. His contributions were calming down drunken crews and the sea with his music. He also helped during the encounter with the sirens, where he played his lyre so loud to drown out the singing of the sirens to safely pass them. Orpheus was famous with his tragic love story with Eurydice. She died on the day of their wedding, being bitten by a snake, and Orpheus became depressed while playing mournful music with his lyre. The gods pitied him and gave him a chance to fetch his wife in the underworld, but he failed. Full of grief for failing to save his wife twice, he distanced himself to everybody. Being a snob led to Orpheus' gruesome death. He was said to be ripped to pieces by a group of Maenads women, where his limbs and head washed up on the island of Lesbos, where the Muses buried it. Cadmus. Cadmus was the eldest son of King Aegina and Queen Telephassa of Tyre. His siblings were Cilix, Phoenix, and Europa, the princess that Zeus abducted. Cadmus was known as the first Greek hero and founder of the city of Thebes. Cadmus was being groomed to be the next king, but he was known to be a coward. When Europa was abducted by Zeus, King Aegina told Cadmus to search for her sister and get her back. The king saw this as an opportunity to let Cadmus prove himself worthy to be the next king. Together with his brothers, they searched for Europa everywhere, but they were unsuccessful in locating and retrieving their sister. None of the brothers returned to Tyre and had given up. Instead, Phoenix found Phoenicia in North Africa, Cilix found Cilicia in Asia Minor, and Cadmus found Thebes. The land that would be called Thebes was where the sacred spring of god Ares was located, which was guarded by the Ismenian dragon. When Cadmus arrived at that vast of land, he went to the spring to collect water together with his entourage. Out of nowhere, the dragon came out and attacked them, killing all of his men. Cadmus fought the dragon with his spear and managed to defeat it. Ares got angry for slaying his dragon and demanded Cadmus to serve him for 8 years as a penance. Ares was satisfied with Cadmus' service, so he rewarded him by offering Harmonia's hand, one of his daughters, to marry him, and the construction of the city of Thebes began. Atalanta. Atalanta was known as a swift-footed huntress and an exceptional athlete. When she was born, her father, who was a son, abandoned her in the wilderness. Fortunately, a she-bear found her and nursed her, until a group of hunters took her to be raised in their community. Atalanta grew up to be a skilled huntress, runner, and wrestler. She became a devotee of Artemis and took an oath to remain a virgin as an adult. Atalanta joined a series of adventures like joining Jason and the Argonauts with their expedition, and she took part in the Caledonian boar hunt. Also, she competed in the funeral games of King Peleus, where she defeated Peleus, Achilles' father, in a wrestling match. Atalanta's father heard of her exploits and decided to welcome her back to the family, but still yearning for a son, the king asked Atalanta to get married. Atalanta, who made a vow to Artemis, was unable to reject her father's request, so she concocted a plan. She told her father that he will marry whoever defeats her first in a foot race. If was not able to beat her would be killed. Many suitors tried but failed until one day. A young man named Hippomenes, or some said Milanian, entered the race. This brave young man had the help of goddess Aphrodite, who in turn gave him 3 golden apples that he would drop each time Atalanta would pass him. The huntress would pick each apple that caused her to lose the race, so the two got married but experienced a tragic end. Hippomenes, still in a blissful happiness, forgot to offer thanks to the goddess Aphrodite. The goddess took her revenge and made the newlyweds consummate their marriage in a sacred shrine of Zeus. This act angered the king of the gods. He punished the couple and turned them into lions.